Hello everyone, my name is Maddie. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. Today we have a very exciting vlog. I am going to pick up books. I'm going to pick up some new books. I'm going to pick up some used books that I found on Facebook Marketplace. That's a huge hack. Try to find your books on Facebook Marketplace or just secondhand before you buy them in store, because I know they're extremely expensive. Places like Barnes & Noble and Target, and not everyone has that kind of money to spend on books. I found a few books that I've been really wanting to read. Now that it's kind of getting colder and it's kind of more fall-esque. I mean, it's October, so it's fall, but I live in Southern California, so it takes a little while for it to actually feel like the seasons are changing. But I've been in the mood lately to read, so I'm gonna take you guys along with me, and then at the end I'll do a book haul of all my new books. I'm feeling super lazy with my hair today. I already had these braids in, so I think I'm just gonna leave them, and I put my hair in a little claw clip. I'm putting on my shoes right now, and hopefully we head out the door soon. Let's go. All right, I'm stopped at a red light, but I'm on my way to pick up my first book of the day. This book has been raved about. I'm super excited to get my hands on it, and the girl that's giving it to me is very nice. I'm just very excited to own this book. I'll be back. I got it! Everyone around my car is probably like, why is she screaming? It's so beautiful. Like I said, I'm really excited to read Emily Henry's writing. I've heard a lot of really good things about her. This book is beautiful. I don't know. I feel like I should have read this in the summer, but I'm still super excited to read it. It's a romance, of course. I'm all about my romances. All right, you guys, now that I have Happy Place, I'm now picking up a set of thriller novels. It's 4 books for like $10. Such a steal. So yeah, let's go pick those up. I'm only 8 minutes away from there, so we're very close. I'm going to grab the books. I secured the books. I'm very happy. We've spent $23 and we have 5 quality books. I love a good deal. I really do. All right, on to the 3rd place. Alright guys, I just did my last book pickups. Okay, I can't really show you with one hand, but they're so beautiful. They're in great condition. I got both of these for $10. I'm telling you, you need to shop secondhand when it comes to your books. I'm very happy, and now I'm gonna head to my best friend's house, and we're probably gonna do more book shopping. So, yay! Oh my gosh, I have so many books in my car. It's a great feeling though. Alrighty. I'm not sure if I'm gonna go to Target or Barnes & Noble, but maybe both. We'll see. Hi, Penny.
When I feel what I feel, sometimes it's hard to tell you so. You may not be in the mood to learn what you think you know. There are times when I find you wanna keep yourself from me. When I don't have the strength, I'm just a mirror of what I see.
I thought I was going to buy a million books, but I'm pacing myself.
Force within my life. If you ever feel the need to wonder why, let me know. Let me know.
Alrighty, y'all. I got 3 books at Target, but now we're going to Barnes & Noble. Do we need more books? No. I've gotten 10 books today, but am I probably gonna get more books? Yes.
What you feel, it's hard for me to understand. So many things have taken place before this love affair began. But if you feel more like I feel, confusion can't give way to doubt. For there are times when I fall short. perfect like everyone I know. I just been drinking on the low, mobbing on the low, walking on the low, smoking on the low. I still been plotting on the low, scheming on the low. The furthest thing from perfect like everyone I know. I just been mobbing on the low. I just been
I swear the only workouts I get are carrying the books that I buy from my car into my house. And it keeps me fit. It's actually really hard to hold these up right now. Alright guys, it's officially time to do a haul of all the books that I got. As you can tell, I got a really good amount. Some might say it's a bit overkill, but if you're a part of the book community, you know, buying books is a hobby within itself. So let's start going through all of the books that I got. I'm not going to do it in any particular order, so I'll just start at the top and go from there. Oh, I'm literally going to be sore. I've got my coffee, it's a beautiful day out, and I feel like it's a perfect day to do a book haul. So I did the shopping that you guys saw a few days ago. So I have read a couple of these books, but most of them are still unread, and I'll probably include them in a future wrap-up or a future reading vlog. So if you see any books in this haul that you think I should push to the top, that I really need to read, that you love, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what books you feel like are instant must-reads. I am really excited about all the books that I got though. So yeah, let's just get into the haul. So I'm actually going to start with the book that you guys saw that I got. Happy Place by Emily Henry. I'm so excited to read this book. This book has been, I feel like, one of the most popular books of the year that I just see everyone talking about. Honestly, I wish I would have gotten this during the summertime because I feel like I would have been more inclined to read it and kind of been in that vibe. Right now, I'm reading a lot of thrillers and like romance too, but I'm definitely gonna just fit this in, even though it's not summer. I am sure that many of you guys have read this book and know what it's about, but if you don't, it is about two characters, Harriet and Wynne, and they experience a breakup, and 5 months later, they have to go on a little vacation with their friends and share a room, I believe. So it looks like they have a cottage that they usually go to, that they get away to with their friends, and this is going to be the last option for them to find out if they want to stay together. It just seems like a really fun romance read. Yeah, Happy Place. I actually got this off of Facebook Marketplace for $10 when in store it's what, like $27? Yeah, $27. So, and it's a hardcover. We love. As you guys saw, I got a few thriller books. So I got 4 of these from the same person. I can't remember how much they were, but I know that they were not much. I got like all of them for like $10 or something, or I can't remember, but it was a steal. Shop on Facebook Marketplace if you're looking for books. The one book that I really wanted that she was selling is The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. I've only read one other Frida McFadden book. I read it maybe 2 weeks ago. It was The Locked Door, and I absolutely loved it. I rated it 5 stars, and I know this is one of her most popular releases. A lot of people have already read this. If you haven't, it's about a woman who goes to work as a housemaid for this family, and she starts uncovering some secrets and things start getting weird. So that's about all I know, but I try not to know too much about the books that I'm going into because I kind of like to go into them blind. This one is psychological suspense, and I'm obsessed with that genre right now. I think it's so interesting, and I love trying to figure out the mysteries and kind of figure out where the author is going with the book. But Frida McFadden, she doesn't end her books the way that maybe you might be expecting. So yeah, I got The Housemaid. I actually have 2 copies of this book because someone else was giving it away. So I might take it to like one of those free little libraries, or I'm not sure, maybe give it to a friend, have someone I know read it. So super excited for this read. The next book that I got is The Passenger by Lisa Lutz. I've heard a little bit about this book, not too much. I have to read you guys the first sentence on the back of this book. It says, "Disappearing is the easy part. With her husband's corpse still warm at the bottom of the stairs, Tanya Dubois has to go on the run again. When the police figure out that she doesn't officially exist, they'll start asking questions she can't answer." And that just had me hooked. It's just another, I believe this is a thriller, so you guys know. I'm going to be diving into this very soon. Super excited. The next book that I got is Gone Without a Trace by Mary Torjussen. I feel like I'm saying her last name wrong. This book looks very interesting. A girl named Hannah Monroe wakes up one day and her boyfriend Matt is gone, and every sign that they were together is gone. All the pictures of him on social media is gone, which I think is why it's called Gone Without a Trace. I think she just kind of figures out how to kind of get answers, and I don't know, it just seems like a very interesting book. I'm really glad I got this one. It does have a little bit of damage on it, but I did get it secondhand, so a win is a win, and a little bit of damage on a book is okay. I try to keep my books in pretty good condition, but yeah, it's not bad for a discounted book. This book is suspense, and I'm super into that, so I'm also going to definitely be trying to read this soon. I have so many books on my TBR, so it's hard, but I'm very interested in the plot of this and just where did her boyfriend go? Alrighty, and then the last book in that set of 4 that I got is called Find Her, and this is by Lisa Gardner. I have not heard much about this book. Let's just read a little bit of the back. It says, Flora Dane is a victim. 7 years ago, carefree college student Flora was kidnapped while on spring break. For 472 days, Flora learned just how much one person can endure. So that's just the beginning of what's on the back. Sounds so interesting to me. I don't know why, but I enjoy reading books that are like suspenseful like that. Super excited to read this. It seems very interesting. Technically, I have 3 more books to show you, but one of them I already lent to my mom, and that one is Without Merit by Colleen Hoover. Just another Colleen Hoover book that I got, so she's reading that one, and I'm definitely excited to jump into it. I haven't heard a lot about it. I haven't heard that it's like her best book or anything, but we'll see what my mom's review is when she's done. Speaking of Colleen Hoover, I got It Starts With Us. I got this secondhand, so it was very affordable compared to what I would have paid in store, which I'm very grateful for. It's in really good condition. I haven't read this yet, but my mom did. I gave it to her to read, and she loved it. If you haven't read It Ends With Us, that's the first book before that. I'm sure you guys know. It's Colleen Hoover, like. So this is the second book after that. I'm very excited to read about Atlas and Lily and where their relationship goes, and kind of how Ryle is still included in the story, if he is. Yeah, just a cutesy little romance. I'm excited to read this whenever I get around to it. Alrighty, and then the last used book that I picked up is The Way I Used to Be by Amber Smith, and this book is so popular. I've seen it everywhere. It seems like a very heavy book. I don't know how else to describe it. If you read what's on the back, trigger warning, but it is about a girl who is sexually assaulted. And I think that can be very heavy to read. And I want to make sure that I am in the right headspace when I do read this, because I just know that this book is a very emotional one. I still really do want to read it, but I just want to make sure I'm in the right headspace. I don't know if you guys do that when you read books, but I just try to feel out, how I'm doing and see if I can take on the contents of the book before I read it. It's kind of the same as A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara. That book has a lot of trigger warnings in it and it's very heavy, and as much as I desperately want to read that book, I think it's going to be amazing, I am going to make sure that I am in the best place I can be before I pick it up. Does that make sense? So same thing is going to happen with this book. When I'm ready, I will pick it up. I'm very excited to read about it. I'm sure that it's going to show so much strength. Okay, now on to the books that I got at Target. So the first book I picked up at Target is If He Had Been With Me by Laura Nolan. I think I'm saying that right. This book was so recommended. I bought it, I read it. It was great. I don't know if I rated it 5 stars, so you guys are gonna have to check my reading wrap up to see how I felt about this book. It definitely had me like sitting on my couch being like, no, 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 gasping, taking pauses, staring at the wall, but you guys will have to wait and see what I truly thought of this book. If you don't know, it is kind of a childhood friends to lovers trope. I loved most of it. That's what I'm gonna say for now. The second book that I got at Target is The Silent Patient by Alex. I do not want to butcher that. I'm sure you guys have seen this book everywhere, whether it's on YouTube, Book Talk, Bookstagram, it's everywhere. I believe this is a thriller, and it's about a woman who comes home one day, or her husband comes home one day, and she shoots him 5 times in the head and never speaks again, and never tells anybody why she does it. And then there is this criminal psychotherapist that goes in, and he is determined to find out what happened and speak to this woman. A lot of people have rated this book 5 stars. I'm super excited to go into it. I really don't have many expectations. I try not to get my hopes too high before I hop into a book, just so that I don't have unrealistic expectations. But like I said, I'm super into these types of books, so I think that this will be very interesting, and I'll probably read it before the year's over. So once I do, I will let you guys know how I feel. And then as you guys saw, we obviously went to Barnes & Noble. I always want to buy the whole store when I'm in Barnes. It's just an addictive vibe. As you guys know, Barnes is expensive and books are expensive, so I tried not to do that much damage to my bank account, but I'm still super excited for the books that I got, and I've actually read a couple of them already. Okay, so I guess I'll start with the first book that I ended up reading after I bought these books, and that was Dial A for Aunties by Jessie Q. Sutanto. And this book is very popular. I hear a lot of people talk about it, and I was super, super excited to read it because it seemed so interesting. It's about this girl. She is a part of a Chinese Indonesian family, and I really think that part of it is super cool because it just teaches the reader about a different culture. But our main character, Madeline, is very close with her mom and aunts, and they set her up on a blind date, and she accidentally ends up killing him during their date, and her aunts and mother have to help her. Well, they don't have to, but they choose to help her hide the body. I really liked this book because it had a combination of romance and comedy and suspense. I loved it the whole way through. It was very easy to read, and I don't want to give you guys too much information about how I felt about this book because it will be in a reading wrap up soon, but I just loved how at the end of every chapter I wanted to desperately keep reading and find out what happened. And it always left me being like, no way, I was not expecting that. So if you haven't read it, I highly recommend. And then the next one that I read is My Roommate is a Vampire, and this one's by Jenna Levine. This book was super cute. I know that this was super recommended around Halloween, so that's why I decided to pick it up for that time. I think the cover is actually to die for. It's so cute. I love the split colors, even on the spine. But this book is about a girl, and she needs a cheap place to live. So she finds a cheap apartment, and the person she lives with seemingly is acting like a vampire. It's a little bit of romance, a little bit of comedy. I felt like it was super cute and just one of those like cute, squishy, cheesy like romances. I don't know, I had fun reading this. It wasn't the best book that I've ever read, but it was super cute and I really did enjoy it. So I'm glad that I picked this one up. So the next book I got is Addicted to You by Krista and Becca Ritchie. This book is the first in the Addicted series and so many people rave about it. I cannot wait to start this series. You guys don't even know. Just for a little sneak peek, the back of the book says, she's addicted to sex, he's addicted to booze. The only way out is rock bottom. And I think that the characters in this book pretend to be dating in order to hide their addictions. Super interesting concept. I'm very excited to read this. I did start maybe like the first 5 pages of it, but another book was just calling my name and I had to read it before I read this one. But it doesn't mean this wasn't good. It was great, even in just the beginning. And then last but definitely not least, I got In 5 Years by Rebecca Searle. And this book, can we just take a second for the cover? That is a beautiful color. The gold and the way it like shimmers, I can't. This book is about a girl who is living a great life. She's very happy, she's successful in a great relationship, and then one day she wakes up with a completely different life. She has a different home, she has a different boyfriend, a different ring on her finger, and the back of the book says that she spends only 1 hour in this like different reality and then she's back to her normal life and she can never forget about it. So this is very much, I don't know why, but this is giving me the 7-year slip vibes, like just the time travel and all of that I think is really cool. And the 7-year slip is actually the book that I'm reading right now. So I'm very excited to kind of continue that vibe with this book. It just seems very cute, but also like interesting, kind of has you on the edge of your seat trying to figure out like, what's going on? How did she end up in this different life and then just back in her normal life? So yeah, very excited to read this one. Alrighty, these are all of the books that I got in this haul. They are all such amazing books and I can't wait to get to them. Like I said, if you saw any books in this haul that you're like, you need to read this right now, it was my favorite book, please let me know which one you recommend. If you love books as well, you know that getting new books is the best feeling, so I can't wait to jump into all of these stories. But anyways, before I keep blabbing your ear off forever, I guess I'll let you guys go. Thank you so much for joining me in today's video. I had so much fun shopping and going through all the books that I got. Hopefully I'll have another book themed video up for you guys very soon. But until then, make sure you thumbs up this video, subscribe if you'd like to, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.